Hello, Mind Valley. My name is Yedda Stansel, and I'm so excited to be talking to you today. I'm a friend of Cameron Harold's, and I had asked him for an introduction to someone at Mind Valley. I know he just filmed his Vivid Vision course with Mind Valley and has had such a great experience. And he asked me if I would send him an email with maybe 3 or 4 bullet points of why I should get an introduction with Mind Valley, along with some video clips. And I thought, well, maybe I could do a little bit better than that. Maybe I would actually make a video clip explaining a few things about myself, why I would love to have an invitation to connect with you. I can also certainly on this email that I'm about to send to you with this video, give you a couple of video clips for some of my online courses and for my podcast. So a little bit about me. Why would you want to work with me? Well, that's a great question. And when people ask me that, there's kind of a duality that goes on. There's the, oh gosh, is this my ego that's going to get into self-promotion, or is this my highest, best self that says I really want to serve something greater than myself? So that would really be my first thing that I would share with Mind Valley is I have a burning passion to impact the world, to heal, to grow, to love, and to learn how to make that become a social norm. And I'm sure you're probably thinking, yeah, Yedda, we hear that all the time. You guys work with some of the greatest saints and sages in modern times, and you put their courses together and you work on a global platform. Well, that is exactly why I would love to work with Mind Valley. I love to hang out with people who are super successful, not only super successful, but way more successful than myself. And it's how I've gotten to where I am today. I've studied with a lot of these leaders and saints and sages in the personal development and leadership development industry. And my background is very diverse in behavior change, in business. I have an executive MBA. I also have an inner MBA, and also as a mindfulness meditation teacher. So one of the things that I found as a problem in the personal development and leadership development industry was, how come everybody was putting together programs that said, become like me, do like me in order to get like me? And for me, my wake up was, what if I wanted to create something that actually said, you can become the best version of yourself. You can go within and you can find your own wisdom to figure out who you are and bring the best version of yourself out into the world instead of a second-rate version of someone else. So this first bullet point, which is very complex that I'm explaining, is all about my purpose and my passion, is to answer that problem and solve that problem for the world. Our personal development industry, the entire industry, has really been limited in my point of view. So I took my areas of expertise, my connections, my background, my personal human story, and I did a deep dive into integrative development. And that's the model that I'm bringing out into the world. I've studied with David Drake, who's the founder of integrative development, and now I'm helping the world integrate healing and development in a very personalized manner that helps meet people where they are to help them figure out how to bring the best selves of themselves out into the world. So what does that mean? Well, in that deep dive that I did extensive research. I have over 20 years in behavior change. I'm a narrative coach. I am a health coach. I'm a certified personal trainer was my first career. So I've always been really good at figuring out where people are, helping them identify where they want to go, and then create a customized plan to help get them there. So in my search to figure out how do I bring the best parts of Yedda out into the world, I created a methodology that's actually an integrative development process of personal development. And that ended up being a workbook that's called Shut Up and Sit, Finding Silence and all the life-changing magic that comes with it. So I'm going to move into bullet point number 2. You might be wondering, what did you just say the title of your book was? Shut Up and Sit? The second problem that I saw was, yes, it's integrative. Yes, it's personalized. Yes, we have our own human story. Yes, we want to bring the best version of ourselves out, and we don't have social norms or tools to teach that. But also what I noticed was we had been missing a huge opportunity. When I was introduced to mindfulness through one of my teachers, Deepak Chopra, I remember thinking to myself, wait a minute, you want me to do the very thing that was actually used to punish me as a child, which was silence, to actually use that to go within to find my power? And so there was a real dissonance there for me. And I thought, how do I rewire a belief system that says the very thing that punishes us? So in the US in particular, punishment actually was silence as we were growing up. Most of us had silence given to us as a form of punishment. So in my waking up and in this mindfulness journey of learning, I thought, well, I've been told to shut up and sit down my entire life. So yes, I know how to do it, but now you're asking me to do it in a manner that's going to help me to grow and evolve. And it was a little confusing. So what I did was, not only did I have an integrative development manual that I created for my coaching clients, I decided that I actually wanted to reclaim the narrative of shut up and sit and take it from punishment as silence is bad and transform it into permission to go within, to tap into the truth of who we are. And in that process, I realized silence was the bridge between doing the archaeological dig back and then looking forward about where's the vision of where I'm headed in my life. We aren't taught a pattern to pause, to stop, so that we can go into the inner world. And to me, mindfulness was the bridge, in the missing link really, in behavior change that we aren't using in the mainstream. So I introduced silence, I introduced mindfulness into my work with my clients, and I started reclaiming the narrative. So one of the things I'm trained to do as a narrative coach is teach people how to go into their inner world, rewind, rewrite, and literally rewire new belief systems. Mindfulness is critical in this, and I don't see us teaching in the mainstream how mindfulness is the missing link in behavior change to literally rewrite belief systems and bring the best and the most wise and really the most authentic selves out into the world. Which then leads me into the third reason that you would want to work with me. Not only do I have a human story and a lot of expertise and background, and did I have this amazing manual that was channeled through me, but I really do love to collaborate. In my book, there are pages upon pages of resources of experts and guides, ancient ones and modern ones. All of us have wisdom. So I'm willing to collaborate and integrate and teach people your healing is unique to you, and all of the courses and masters that are out there have value. You just have to discern and have the wisdom and the belief system to know which one is right for you and when. So Mind Valley brings an access to something that I don't have, which is global technology, lots of resources that someone like myself might not have access to, but I have a burning passion to show up, to shut up, to sit, and to educate people all over the world how to rewire their belief systems to bring their best selves out into the world. And I could keep going. I would love to keep going because communication is one of my top strengths. I would welcome an introduction, if all just to hang out and talk and learn a little bit more about Mind Valley and have Mind Valley learn a little bit more about who I am. So I'd welcome a conversation, a discussion, and keep it open-ended to see where it might go. If it brings out the best and highest for all parties involved, that's fantastic. If not, it's been a real honor to sit down today and just introduce myself to you. And I want to thank Cameron, my good friend and colleague, for giving me the introduction, and I look forward to connecting with you. Chat soon. Bye.